is there a time frame between doing wudu and putting on Masah socks? Previously I prayed salat, then remembered I wanted to wear the socks, so put them on. Is that okay? Good question. So to understand this question, the best thing to do first is to understand how Masah socks work. What's their function in terms of the deen, in terms of the jurisprudence of it? What is their function? Their function is that they act as a barrier. They act as a barrier for the impurity to reach the feet. When I say impurity, I'm talking about the state of impurity. When a person breaks their wudu, nullifies their wudu, their whole body becomes impure. Not physically, there's no physical impurity necessarily on the body. It's just a state that you can't pray wudu with that state. So essentially what the socks do, the leather socks or the wudu socks do, is they prevent that impurity from going onto the feet. So this tells us a number of things. Number one, if they're going to stop the purity from going to the feet, it means that your feet can't be impure. You can't be impure before you start. Which means that if you're not on wudu, there's no point putting them on, because it's not going to prevent anything, because impurity is already on your feet, or in your feet, as is in the rest of your body as well. Right, so now since it's a barrier, that means it's going to start working from when you have an impurity. So in your question, when you're asking that if I put it on after doing wudu and after my prayer, that would be completely fine as long as you haven't broken your wudu. So essentially they can be worn at any time that you're on wudu. And that wudu could have happened just before it, or maybe an hour before it, and even 10 hours before it if you can keep your wudu for that long. Idea is that you're on full purity before you put them on, so then they act as a barrier, because if you're already impure, then it won't work. So if you do wudu, then you make salat, then you put it on, and you're still on wudu, then that's completely fine. You can do that. The time of the 24 hours or 72 hours if you're a traveler starts from when, not from when you put it on, but from when you actually break your wudu, because that's when it starts functioning. Because remember, its function is to prevent the impurity from alighting onto the feet. That's why you just do masah and the impurity gets lifted. So hopefully that's very clear.